What's up, guys? Welcome to Big Boy Paranormal. Now, I've told you guys that I was going to dive into some demonology here, and we're going to explore demons. We're going to go through case by case of real demon possessions on this series. Now, this is a little bit different from what I normally do, but I just wanted to do something a little different. I've always been fascinated with demons. Now, I've said on previous videos, I 100% believe in demons. Now, before we get started, though, I do want to explain a couple things. I am not trying to persuade anybody. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. Nothing like that. This is just simply exploring demons. I don't want to disrespect anybody or offend anybody. If you don't believe, you don't believe. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So I just wanted to do this because I'm kind of curious and I want to explore. I don't want to find any. I don't want to encounter one. I just want to learn about it. So I've put together a few videos, short videos, that we'll take a look at, and we'll just kind of explore and discuss demons. So we're going to start off with a little short video. I think this one's like 12 minutes long or something like that. This guy, his name is Tom Brown. He explains what his opinion of demons are. Now, remember, this is all just people's opinions. This is not, most of everything that I found is religious based, so I don't want to offend anybody about that. But demons and religion kind of go hand in hand. You know, I was raised Christian. I was raised in a Baptist church. Our explanation of demons, you know, of course, Lucifer, which was the highest angel, was jealous of God. So he waged war against God, got some angels to follow him and all that stuff. And, well, God cast him out of heaven. I do not believe, now this is my opinion, I have read the Bible several times, and I could be wrong. I do not remember anywhere in the Bible talking about, sorry, I got to knot my string. I don't mean to get off course, but that drives me crazy. There we go. But anyways, I don't remember ever reading where Satan and his angels were cast into hell. In the Bible, I'm almost positive it says, I think it's in Isaiah, that it says that they saw him fall to earth. So I believe that demons are here on earth, going around looking for, you know, people to possess and destroy them. That's ultimately what demons want, is to destroy you. So that's the Christianity story. I encourage everybody to comment on this series. The more comments, the better. Maybe you know something about demons that I don't. Maybe I've got something wrong. Comment. Let me know. I encourage it. But we're going to watch this little short video. This is Tom Brown explaining exactly what demons are. So let's check this out.
What are demons? They're actually the spirits of the Nephilim that were destroyed by the flood. Now, who are the Nephilim? That's in Genesis chapter 6, when the sons of God, which are these fallen angels, came and married the daughters of men, and they produce a race called the giants or the Nephilim.
Yes, I do remember reading about that. Like I said at the beginning, you know, the Christian teaching is that Lucifer waged war against God. He took a third of the angels with him when they were cast out of heaven. So what this guy is talking about is those angels come to earth and mated with human women and produced an offspring, which were giants, and they were called the Nephilim. So that's one theory.
And when the flood destroyed them, their spirits remained on earth, and those spirits are actually evil spirits. Now, does that shock you? I know I was shocked when I first learned this. Years ago, I was reading the Bible, and I noticed that Jude kept quoting about what Enoch prophesied. And yet, when I went to the Bible said nothing about what Enoch said. It just simply said Enoch walked.
Now, the book of Enoch, for those of you that have never read the Bible, Enoch walked with God, according to the Bible. Enoch is only mentioned a brief time, and God took Enoch up to heaven in the physical form. There's only two people that God did that with. Everybody else had to go through the death process. But I believe it's Elijah and Enoch were just taken in their physical body. Now, a lot of people, now this is getting off base, but you may ask yourself, why did God do that? Most people speculate that in the book of Revelations, it prophesies about two prophets coming back to witness before the end time. So a lot of people say that these two are the ones that are going to come back and prophesize because they have not went through the death process. So they're going to come back and be the two prophets that the Bible speaks about. So let's continue on and see what else he's got to say.
So I went to my library and I found the book of Enoch, and it's the book of First Enoch. Now, the book of Second and Third Enoch, those are not anything to do with what Jude quotes. They were not even available in the early church. But the book of First Enoch was. So I decided to read the entire book of Enoch. And when I came to chapter 15 of the book of Enoch, I was shocked when I read this. So listen to what Enoch says, and he's going to tell you the origin of demons. So, and I quote, and I'm quoting from Enoch chapter 15, verses 8 through 10. Okay? But now the giants who are born from the union of the spirits of the flesh shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, because their dwelling shall be upon the earth and inside the earth. Evil spirits have come out of their bodies, because from the day that they were created from the sons of God, they became watchers. Their first origin is the spiritual foundation. They will be called evil upon the earth and shall be called evil spirits. The dwelling of the spiritual beings of heaven is in heaven, but the dwelling of the spirits of the earth, which are born upon the earth, is in the earth. Wow, that's it. You know what Enoch is saying is that evil spirits come from the Nephilim that were destroyed in the flood. And because their foundation was a spiritual foundation, they didn't go to heaven or hell at that moment. They remained upon the earth, because the judgment of angels is not till later. And so when I read this, I thought, wow, he is saying that's the origin of demons. They're the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. Now, I had to ask myself, I can't believe something just because the book of Enoch said it, but was there anything in the Bible that might give credence or discredit to this statement? And I found it. It's in Genesis chapter 6. So I decided to go to what Enoch is talking about the sons of God. And he's saying the sons of God were angels. And watch what he says in Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit will not contend with humans out forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim, this is Moses, the Nephilim were on the earth in those days. That's the giants, the union of the sons of God and the daughters of men. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. What got me? Moses says they were in the earth afterwards. After what? He's giving us the description of the flood. He's starting off the story of the flood. In other words, we know they were in the earth before the flood. But you know what he says? They were in the earth afterwards. And here, what I had to ask, how in the world could the Nephilim be on the earth after the flood? If the flood destroyed them, why would they be on the earth? And that's when I realized Moses is agreeing with the book of Enoch. He is saying the sons of God were angels, and that their spirits had to remain on the earth because their foundation is a spiritual foundation, is from angels. And then on top of that, I started reading what Jude talks about. Peter talks about these angels that were thrown into Tartarus, which is the lowest of all hells. Have you read that in Peter? That these angels were thrown into hell. And I had to ask myself, are these all the fallen angels? If so, why are we battling fallen angels today if they were all thrown into hell? He's not referring to all fallen angels, but he's referring to those angels in the days of Noah. He's referring to the Genesis chapter 6 passage. So I saw that Peter quotes from it. And then I noticed.
Okay, so if they were cast into hell, then what is it that we're battling today on earth that we call demons? Nobody knows, I guess.
Paul, in Ephesians chapter 6, he says there's two categories of spiritual entities we battle. He mentions in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, that we struggle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of evil in this world, and the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. So there he mentions two realms. So here's what I want you to see. Demons are the forces on earth that we have to do battle with, while fallen angels are the spiritual forces in the heavenly realms that we battle in a different way than we battled the demons. So as I started to read it, I realized, my goodness, I just found out the origin of demons, and the church hasn't been preaching it. Now, the early church has believed it. The apostles apparently believed it because Peter writes about it. But this view fell out of favor later on in church history.
Now, that was Tom Brown. You guys can look him up. As far as Christianity teaching, I think he's got some good information. But let me know what you think. If you think this is accurate, I personally could believe in it. Like I said, I believe in Christianity. I was raised that way. I do believe that there is a constant war between good and evil. But I also have more questions. We've got more videos to go through, so let's check out a couple other opinions, I guess you would say. Not really opinions. The other videos I got, they're about the different types of demons. I didn't even know that there was different kinds of demons. I thought there was just, Lucifer, Satan, whatever you want to call him. By the way, Lucifer means morning star. I believe that's what it is. It could be wrong. But these are just telling the... okay, here's one that explains why the book of Enoch was removed out of the Bible. So let's check this one out real quick.
Why was the book of Enoch removed from the Bible? The book of Enoch was never officially included in the canonical Bible recognized by mainstream branches of Judaism or Christianity. Its exclusion from the Bible was a deliberate decision shaped by theological considerations. A significant portion of the Book of Enoch is dedicated to the story of the Watchers who descended to earth, cohabited with human woman, and produced hybrid offspring known as the Nephilim. The Book of Enoch contains apocalyptic prophecies foretelling future events, cosmic journey and astronomy, and the secrets of creation. Apparently, these made religious leaders uncomfortable. However, the main reason for Jewish rejection of the book is that it is inconsistent with the teachings of the Torah.
So, that's why the book of Enoch was taken out of the Bible. Like I said, I do have it downloaded now. I'm gonna get into reading it and see if I can uncover some
Why
more
was the book of
about
Enoch
these. I've got it downloaded. I am going to read more to see if, if I can uncover any more information about demons. Now, let's take a look because everybody always gets this image of angels being human form, with wings, bright lights, halos, all that stuff. And it also is the same with demons. Hollywood has created this image of demons just being this horrible looking creature, and they may be. They very well could be. I don't know. I've never seen one and don't really care to. But let's take a look at what angels really look like. This is from the description. I believe this is AI created from the description of a King James Bible. The Bible does explain what angels actually look like. I'm not sure if it really says anything about what demons really look like, but let's check this one out here. Now that right there is, I've seen this picture in several different places. The Bible does describe this being that we think are angels. So that was just a short clip that I had found on YouTube showing pictures of what demons might look like and the angels. So here's a video. It's 13 minutes long, but this explains the types of demons. So let's check this one out.
Have you ever heard the saying that goes, everything is possible, from angels to demons to economists to politicians? Well, in this video, we will talk about demons, but those that exist in the mythical realms, because we all need fantasy to survive reality. Don't you agree?
Now, if you are Christian or, believe in the Christianity faith, this is not just fantasy. We believe that demons are very real, but I did not know that there were different types.
Now, demons have been categorized as benevolent, malevolent, or ambivalent or neutral beings that mediate between the sacred and profane realms. They are supernatural entities that appear in various mythologies, religions, and folklores around the world. They are often associated with malevolence, chaos, and the temptation of humans. Here, we have for you an exploration of some of the types of demons from different cultural and religious traditions. Lucifer. In Christian tradition, Lucifer was an archangel who rebelled against God and became Satan, the embodiment of evil. Out of all the demons in the world, Lucifer is the one that everybody knows. Lucifer led a rebellion against his father and was cast out of heaven. He fell to hell, becoming the first occupant, the first ruler, the undisputed king, and most powerful demon. Lucifer is, therefore, number one with a horned bullet when thinking about the demon hierarchy. Beelzebub. Known as the Lord of the Flies, Beelzebub is also considered a high-ranking demon in Christian demonology, associated with the sin of gluttony. The name Beelzebub appears in many religious texts and has gone through several meanings over the years. Theologians continue his presence in various writings. However, as a prince of hell, he is not a demon to be trifled with. Leviathan. Known by many as the demon of envy, it is the first demon.
Now, I do know that in the book of Job, the Bible does speak of Leviathan. Now, from the way I read it, I don't really think that when I read it, it doesn't draw a picture in my mind that it's a demon. It's more of some type of an animal, but I could be wrong.
that is not actually a fallen angel. Instead, Leviathan is widely regarded as an ancient sea monster with bones protruding from its body in all manner of angles. Leviathan truly is a beast that makes the Kraken look like a cute little seahorse. But do keep in mind that there are many accounts of Leviathan's origin. Mammon, another one of the Christian demonology. It is most often personified as a demon of avarice and greed, and sometimes included as one of the 7 princes of hell. If money is the root, then Mammon is the mighty oak that grows from it, stretching greedily up into the air, snatching at valuables as it grows, gnarled, twisted, and bitter. Belphegor, another prince of hell, in which form he helps people make discoveries and suggests to them ingenious inventions that will make them rich. He is the chief demon of the deadly sin sloth. He may appear as a beautiful young woman or as a monstrous bearded demon with horns and sharply pointed nails. The former form, according to most sources, is his earthly disguise when invoked by mortals. Asmodeus, the demon of lust, one of the 7 princes of hell in Jewish folklore. Asmodeus is often associated with the seduction of men and women. He is responsible for twisting people's sexual desires, and those that fall prey to his evil ways will be sentenced to an eternity in the 2nd level of hell. Lilith, though not always considered a demon, Lilith is sometimes associated with the demonic traits. In some traditions, she is portrayed as the first wife of Adam who rebelled against him and became a seductress and child killer. There are many different texts that make reference to Lilith, who is often portrayed as a fiery, red-headed woman. Bagdana. The Bagdana is a strange demon, and that is precisely why he makes it onto this list. It is a demon in Jewish magical texts from early medieval Mesopotamia. The name is found on incantation bowls and Aramaic incantation texts from Nippur. Unlike most other demonic images, Bagdana is not bound at the feet and is often armed with a sword. Shedim. In Jewish demonology, Shedim is a class of flying demons with the feet and claws of a cock. Maybe the descendants of serpents or offsprings of Lilith. Supposedly, sinful people sacrificed their daughters to the Shedim, but it is unclear if the sacrifice consisted in the murdering of the victims or in the sexual satisfaction of the demons. Abizu. Abizu is a female demon blamed for miscarriages and infant mortality, motivated by envy as she herself is infertile. In Judaism, she identifies with Lilith, in Coptic Egypt with Alabasandria, and in Byzantine culture with Gailu. Although she is said to have innumerable names, she is pictured with fish or serpent-like attributes. Iblis. Similar to Satan in Christianity, Iblis refused to bow to Adam and was cast out of paradise. He is often considered the Islamic counterpart to Satan, tempting humans away from the path of righteousness. Rakshasas. These are malevolent spirits or demons in Hindu mythology. They are often described as shapeshifters and are known for their hostility towards humans. They are a class of male and female demons whose speciality is disturbing sacrifices, desecrating graves, harassing priests, and possessing human beings. Their fingernails are venomous and they feed on human flesh and spoiled food. Asuras. In Hindu cosmology, Asuras are powerful, sometimes benevolent and sometimes malevolent beings. Some Asuras are demon-like figures associated with chaos and opposition to the gods. Oni. These are ogre-like demons in Japanese folklore. They are often depicted as fearsome, with horns, sharp claws, and wild hair. Oni are associated with punishment for wrongdoing. Shuten Doji. Unlike many demons who live on and on, temporarily
Don't. P-Dad.
vanquished only to rise up again, Shuten Doji is a demon from yesteryear who finally met his match when Japanese folk hero Minamoto Raiko separated from the rest of him. However, before his demise, Shuten Doji was a giant of a demon standing around 15 feet tall with horns covering his head, red skin, and 15 eyes. Yamoba. There are tales in Japanese folklore that when the elderly were no longer an asset to a home, they were taken out to the woods and abandoned. It is also a similar base for the Yamoba. These demons are regarded as old women who withdrew to the woods or the mountains once deemed of no further use to society. From there, it is said they developed a taste of human flesh. Kappa. It is said that these Japanese demons are obsessed with a small ball that contains a person's soul, found hidden in the anus. Yes,
What?
I just said that. Japanese myths call this the Shiro Kodama. To add to this,
I didn't watch this video all the way through whenever I added it for this video. That's a surprise to me.
theory comes the stories that the Kappa's victims are found down in that area as this water demon sucked out the Shiro Kodama. Kuchisake Onna, also known as the slit-mouth woman, is a malevolent figure in Japanese urban legends and folklore. The Kuchisake Onna is the ghost of a woman who was mutilated and has come back to seek vengeance on the world. Her name comes from the deep, bloody gash which runs across her face, grinning from ear to ear. Gui. In Chinese mythology, Gui are malevolent spirits or ghosts that can cause harm to the living. They are often associated with resentment or unfinished business. Lamashtu. This is a demoness in ancient Mesopotamian mythology associated with harming pregnant women and infants. She menaces women during childbirth and kidnaps children while they are breastfeeding, gnawing on their bones and sucking their blood. She is depicted with a hairy body, lioness's head, with donkey's teeth and ears, long fingers and fingernails, and the feet of a bird with sharp talons. Pazuzu. A demon from Babylonian and Assyrian mythology, Pazuzu is often portrayed as a fearsome creature with the body of a man, the head of a lion or dog, eagle-like talons, and a scorpion's tail. He is considered a demon of the air and is associated with storms and droughts. Banshee. In Irish folklore, the banshee is a female spirit or fairy associated with foretelling death. Her wailing or keening is said to be an omen of impending doom. She is most often seen as an ugly, frightening hag, but sometimes may appear at will as a beautiful woman of any age. Aswang. In Filipino folklore, the aswang is a shape-shifting monster that can take various forms, often a human during the day and monster at night. It is associated with dark magic, vampirism, and other supernatural abilities. Drakovok. In Slavic Christian folklore, this is a class of demons created from the souls of children who have died unbaptized. They may appear in many forms, including elongated with a disproportionately large head as a bird, a dog, or a fox with hind legs similar to those of kangaroo, or in the form of a child calling for people passing near the cemetery to baptize it. Lady Midday, also known as Polutnitsa in Slavic Christian folklore. This is a female demon who assails folk working at noon, causing heat stroke, aches in the neck, and sometimes madness. She takes the form of a whirling dust cloud and carries a scythe. She will stop people in the field to ask them difficult questions or engage them in conversation. If anyone fails to answer a question or tries to change the subject, she will cut off their head or strike them with illness. She may appear as an old hag, a beautiful woman, or a 12-year-old girl. Layak. These are a group of Balinese demons who are black magic practitioners who took things a little too far. By day, they look and act just like regular people. However, once the sun goes down, their heads and entrails come away from their bodies and they fly around looking for human flesh to sink their teeth into. Their queen is a widow witch named Rangda, who plays a prominent role in public Indonesian rituals. Mephistopheles, one of the ultimates from hell. Mephistopheles has Germanic roots and is essentially the devil's favorite bounty hunter. Originally a demon featured in the Faust legend, he has since appeared in other works as a version of the devil himself and is the classic image of a demon that makes an agreement in exchange for your mortal soul. Well guys, we are ending the list here.
Now, I do know in Christianity, not all these demons are named. As a matter of fact, I think in Christianity, there's only about 2 or 3 demons that are mentioned by name. Now, but as you could tell through the video, some of them were, Japanese, Indonesian, all that, and their beliefs. But I do have some questions. They were talking, I can't remember which one it was, but like some of them are associated with the sky and they're responsible for storms, or the one appears as a whirlwind. Have we, as humans, created these to give an explanation for why things happen? Is this just all a figment of our imagination? Oh my God, a bad tornado just ripped through wherever. It's got to be a demon. That's the reason. Or are these beings actually real? Now, again, my opinion is I do believe that they are real. There is cases of demon possession. And so how do you explain that? A lot of people don't believe in demons. They don't believe in demon possession. They chalk it up as like a mental health thing, maybe schizophrenia or DID disorder, something like that. But look at the way, and we're going to get into this when we start diving into case by case of demon possessions. Watch the way they move. How does their voice change? Explain how somebody can speak a language that they've never heard before. So that's my questions. If demons aren't real, how can all this other stuff be explained? And that's what I'm going to try to uncover in this series. I want my questions to be answered, so to speak. So I'm going to try my hardest to uncover rational answers for some of these questions. Now let's check out some of these other videos here. I've got some others because well, here's one. This kind of goes along with the last video. Let's check this one out real quick.
After the war in heaven, a third of the angels were cast out of grace for Lucifer's rebellion. They fell for days into the abyss. They awoke in a strange and hostile land. Archangels became archdemons. Among them rose the 7 princes of hell. Leviathan, prince of envy, towering over the infernal seas. His mouth is said to be the Hellgate itself. Mammon, prince of greed. He promises wealth and power in exchange for human souls. Azazel, prince of wrath. He laid with human women, and his offspring became the Nephilim. Belphegor, prince of sloth, lord of fire, banished from heaven for remaining neutral during the war. Asmodeus, prince of lust. He desired a mortal woman named Sarah and jealously murdered 7 of her husbands. Beelzebub, prince of gluttony, lord of flies, chief lieutenant of the abyss. Lucifer, prince of pride, first of the fallen and grand ruler of hell. All demonic armies are at his command.
Now, see, as you can tell, I mean, there's so many different opinions. I don't even have time. I mean, this would be like an 8-hour video if I really dove in to more of this. There was so much information that I could find about what demons actually are, and everybody's got a different opinion about it. So I don't know. That's one thing I don't know. I do believe in them, but I don't really know what they are. I don't understand exactly what they are. But now let's get into, a lot of people have questions. If God created these angels, if God created the earth and created humans, why does he allow all this bad stuff to happen? Why does he allow these demons to possess people? Why does he allow them to even be on earth? Why doesn't he just destroy them? He created them, he can destroy them. And I do believe God created humans to have free will. If God just stops all of this bad stuff, then he takes away our free will. So he's not going to do that. Here's a video that kind of explains a little bit about this.
I did have a quick question.
These are Christian based. That's 99% of the videos that I could find on this was Christian based. So again, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to force beliefs. I'm just simply putting the information out there. You make up your own mind. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
Question about evil, but the ultimate evil. And an atheist actually asked me the other day about the ultimate evil being the devil. He said, if there is a God, then how is there a Satan? In the Bible, he was an angel, and then he fell. But he said, how does that make sense?
If there is a God, why is there a me? Or you? Or him? Because we're all evil. We've all done evil. But God knew that he wanted a world that would allow free choice. So he even allowed Satan to fall, just like he allowed you and me to fall. But God can redeem people who are redeemable. And for some reason, angels are not redeemable. We're not theologically told why that is. Maybe they were in the very presence of God and they had their choice, but human beings are redeemable. We can do evil and God can redeem us.
Well, I do know, as far as the Christianity belief, the reason humans are redeemable and the reason why Lucifer got jealous and created this war in the first place is because God created humans and gave us the free will, gave us the choice. God created us. He wanted us to choose to love him and follow him. So that's why we're redeemable. Now, I don't know why the demons, if they are fallen angels, maybe they are the offspring and they're not redeemable because they were born evil. Humans aren't born evil, we become evil. I do know that. But
in fact, if you had to put the entire Bible into one word, the theme of the Bible is redemption. You have paradise lost in Genesis, paradise regained in Revelation. Everything in between is a story of redemption, and the Redeemer is Jesus. He's the center of the entire Bible. So he lives the perfect life and takes our punishment on himself so he can redeem us. He could have created a world where we were robots, but that wouldn't be a moral world. He could have prevented Satan from sinning, but if Satan is a free creature, then it's logically impossible for God to allow freedom.
Now, this is my only question, because as far as I have ever been taught, that's the reason Satan was jealous of God. Angels didn't have free choice. They had to serve God. Now, what he said is he could have created them differently, and I'm sure he could have. But he's saying that, and see, this is where I'm getting confused at, because if angels had to serve God, how can Lucifer make the choice to rebel against God? That's a question that I can't seem to get answered from anybody. But let's continue on and see what else he's got to say.
To be controlled by him, because that's not what freedom is. Freedom is freedom. You get to do what you want to do, within certain limits, obviously. So we all have the freedom to either love or to hate, including Satan.
Again, this is just all opinion. I don't know for sure. I'm not trying to push any belief on anybody. I've just always been fascinated with some of this stuff. Well, guys, that's all the videos that I have for today about what demons are. Again, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If there's something I've missed, let me know. If there's something that you want me to watch or add into my content, let me know. Don't hesitate. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. You can send it through one of them or just leave a comment on one of my videos and I will check it out. And again, guys, I am not trying to persuade anybody. I'm just diving into this and trying to understand. This was part 1, so part 2, we're going to dive into possessions. We're leading up to exploring case by case of real demon possessions. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.